Ladies and gentlemen, the British Grand Prix. It is now official. Franco Colapinto and Liam Lawson are now prime candidates to be put up for adoption. To start with, on lap 1, Ocon and the disgrace from Down Under collide as Lawson decides to turn in on Ocon, not realising where he was, and put himself out of the race. Moron. And Franco Colapinto couldn't even start the race because his car wouldn't come out of gear, or wouldn't go into gear. However, it was in Q1 where he got sloppy, clipped the curb and managed to send his car into the barrier, twatting into said barrier like a torpedo into the General Belgrano, giving himself 4 mega flat spots as well, and then when he tried to drive the car away, the arse of it ended up shaking like a fat northern stripper. Other notable incidents: Gabriel Bortoleto got all Dukes of Hazzard and chucked his car over a mound and straight into the barrier. And Ollie Behrman managed to crash on his way into the pit lane, achieving tremendous levels of retard rookie behaviour. Then we had Martin Brundle's grid walk, which always fills us full of trepidation, wondering what the fuck is going to happen. So he sets off aimlessly wandering down the grid, trying to find slabs. Twink Spider-Man Tom Holland was very complimentary of Martin and was actually alright, so for A-list slabs, he was probably the best of the bunch. Damson Idris, star of the new F1 movie, review on Patreon, he was quite decent to talk to, apart from the fact he was doing something that I really fucking hate. You ever talk to someone and they're looking past you? You think they're talking to you, but they're actually doing this, looking over just to see either who they're going to speak to next or if there's someone more interesting to talk to. I fucking hate it when people do that. Pay attention, Damson. Talk to the man who did a cameo in your shite movie. Well, it wasn't that shite. You know what I mean. Hang the fuck on. Nigel Mansell has a beard. He has let the tash fully form and spread across his brummy face. So we got a full brummy beard moment from Nigel while he was talking to Jackie. So he let the brummy tash spread right across his face, and now he's looking quite Dilfy, which was a shock. Then we had a chat with Jeremy Clarkson, and it seems he's been getting high off his own supply of Hawkston Lager because he was a bit slurry. But he was still more comprehensible than Ozzy Osbourne on the grid, of a clip that I saw from a few years ago.
Yeah, I'm in the current.
Did you bring the dogs with you?
No, they're all at home shitting.
Excellent.
And then actress Hannah Waddingham was so dumbstruck by meeting Martin that she attempted to suck him off, it looked like. She was getting down ready to blow on the Brundle hog. Fuck me, Hannah, it's the grid walk, not the suck and stroll. That comes later. And then we get ready to start the race. Fuck yes, it's Silverstone, and the conditions are wetter than Lance Stroll's sister when he's on for a podium. We are about to watch the rain come down and witness an unholy shitstorm, and be on for a banging race. Or alternatively, the race stewards will be the tie-wearing fun sponges that they are, and red flag the session and wait to start the race until the conditions have got better. But, like I say, they only did a little bit of fun spongery and started the formation lap behind the safety car, as that makes any difference. Or maybe it was so Burnt Mylander or Burnt Maryland or whatever the fuck his name is can do a sighting lap, see how it was and report back. Or, alternatively, so he can hang his arm out of the window and show off a bottle of his overpriced wine for a free promo. I mean, who wants wine from a man who drives around in front of a bunch of spoilt millionaire children and then mops up after them when they've shagged it into the barrier? Who wants that wine? I'll stick with good old Blue Nun, because if there's one race on earth that I trust wine with, it's the Germans. Anyway, during the formation lap, some of them come in and decide to stick on dry tyres, hoping that they would end up being a drying line and they can, get a bit of advantage. Max Verstappen's Red Bull was getting all tail happy, so he spent the majority of the race gathering up with armfuls of opposite lock and trying to keep it off the grass.
Spins and then and the safety car...
Sort of. With everyone expecting rain shortly, Aston Martin decide to bring in Lance Stroll for a set of dry tyres and leaving Fernando out on his inters. Primarily because, well, I think they're actually... Aston Martin are trying to kill Lance at this point.
And it's just, I'm saving time by not putting washers and bolts
These are all
on.
really important.
And then, in true Silverstone style, the fucking heavens open, and rather than red flagging the race, we just get a safety car. Result: Charles Leclerc goes straight over Maggots and Beckett's after getting a huge splash of water straight up his visor. Oh, straight up his visor. Which is unlucky, and ultimately... hang on a minute. Now, I'm not just going to tell you what happened in the race, because you probably likely watched the whole thing, and there are plenty of other YouTube channels out there that will go and give a much better detailed analysis of who came in on what tyre at what point, etc, etc. You can go and watch Matt and Tommy give some very, very, I'm sure, detailed and good commentary on the rest of the race, and I'm sure it's very entertaining, but I'd rather scoop my own eyes out. Or one of the 25 other channels that talk about the winners and the losers from the British Grand Prix. What we learnt from the British Grand Prix. I want to talk about Piastri. Now, I like Piastri. He's a good driver, and I hope he does get the championship. But this shit, that was just out and out moronic behaviour. Yes, George did something similar in Canada, and he did the same thing in Spain. But at Silverstone, in the pissing rain, when the visibility is so bad you couldn't find your own cock with both hands and help from Hannah Waddingham, not the best idea. Oscar slams on the brakes with 59.2 psi of pressure, as if I know what that feels like. But it's roughly the pressure that Lance applied to the class hamster as a child. And on the subject of Lance, from lap 21 to 30, it almost looked like if everything carried on the way it was going, we were going to end up with a Lance Stroll podium. I was cheering for him so much. I wanted him on the podium more than anything. Simply for the meme. Simply to watch the F1 community lose it. Simply for rocket-powered Mohawk to have an existential crisis and have no choice but to shave the rest of his mohawk off and move to Tibet to become a monk. And spend the rest of his days as the Dalai Lama's footstool. Anyway, all that aside, it would have been funny if he had. Charles Leclerc continued his slide into depression with the splash up his visor and a not great result, as well as having a catastrophic qualifying session.
Fuck that! So fucking shit I am. I am so fucking shit. That's all I am.
Here's my opinion on Charles. His life is currently too easy. This is my solution, and I know he's watching because he's a big fan of the show and my neighbour in Monaco. He's too comfortable. He's rolling up each weekend in his Purisang Ferrari with his very attractive model girlfriend and his little dog, and it's all very cute, and he waltzes in and he's the top boy at Ferrari and everyone knows this. He's too comfortable. He needs to turn up to each, and I'm being serious here, he needs to turn up to each Grand Prix ready to kill. No dog, no woman, by himself, headphones on, ready to actually murder members of his own team if they start fucking up. Then I think he's going to hold himself accountable. But he's getting back in the car, he's having a cuddle, he's having a stroke of the dog, he's having some chips. We saw him eating McDonald's fries on the drive back in his other Ferrari at some other race. I don't even remember which one it was. Was it Australia? I can't remember. Driving away. He's too comfortable. Anyway, that was my personal PSA for Charles. But better than all of that, as we know, we had something far better. Nico Hülkenberg achieving a motherfucking podium, proving that he would be a good fit for any top team. A real tearjerker. One for all of the TikTok editors and Instagram Reels editors to overlay pieces of music over and make everybody a bit teary. 37 years old, 15 years after he joins the sport, he gets his first podium. His daughter watching him on the podium lifting his shite Lego trophy. It really warms the cockles. His team was going mental. Aston Martin and Mercedes donating champagne to Sauber because they didn't have any in the fridge to celebrate, because why would they need it? It'd be a bit dusty at this point. Then these two stupid bitches wasting it, spraying it all over the joint, having their own main character moment. Can't have anything fucking nice. But it was adorable. Lando had to bring his helmet through into the cool down room and put it on its little stand because Nico didn't know that's what he had to do. He's so fucking cute! Not knowing how he should pick up the trophy. Then when the champagne comes, these two bitch-ass, annoying, childish children didn't spray Nico. Piastri was having his own little meltdown and temper tantrum, and Lando doesn't see anyone past himself. Fucking spoiled little Oscar having his little temper tantrum over something he fucked up. He took the risk. He knew the risk. He knew that it might not wash. He knew it was pissing down with rain, and now he's going to chuck his fucking toys out the pram. And asking for your position back from your teammate after you fucked up is embarrassing. Fuck's sake. Be nice to Nico, you little bastard. I hope you go home to Oz on the summer break and a spider bites you on the...
I'll make that deal. How about you bitch? You make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
With both hands and Hannah... fuck! 2 hands and help from Hannah... Hannah Waddingham. In front of you with both hands and help from Hannah Waddingham.